Adult student time tips. My friend Lisa, whose daughter is now in grade 2, has been thinking for a while about becoming a nutrition coach. When she decided that she's going to go get her certificate, she said, "Hey, Anna, maybe you've got some time management tips you could share since you've been doing this whole back to school thing for a while." Well, I started thinking about time management tips for Lisa, and I thought, I don't want to give anyone the impression that these tips all work and that it'll just be like presto, life as usual, plus a new credential as long as she does these top 5 things or something. And neither do I want to tell her quite the full story about all the things that I wish I could get done and that I don't get done, and everything that I just don't seem to have time for. Some cases, every one that I don't seem to have time for. I thought I could tell her some of the tips I've learned from my colleague, Selena, who, between raising 4 kids and coaching college students about study skills and time management, has also just recently earned her master's in education. I mean, she's really the one to ask. I thought maybe I could turn to amazing authors and tell you about their research, their tips, their strategies. They've helped me immensely in the last couple years. Authors like James Clear, Mark and Angel Chernoff, Joan Rosenberg, and Daniel Pink. Or if you want the really deep stuff, the sea change stuff that really goes beyond the how-to tips, there's Brene Brown, there's Marshall Rosenberg, there's Kristen Neff, and there's Glennon Doyle. They know their stuff. Then I got to thinking, what about me? How specifically have I been balancing all my stuff? What have I learned from my own experience? I think I started out on this journey towards my degree. I'm almost halfway now, thinking the way I thought when I was a young adult. That is, I was trying to hustle and I was trying to do everything I was being asked to do all the time and to do it as well as I possibly could. But I'm not a young adult anymore. Back then, parts of me subconsciously thought I was invincible and limitless, or at least that I was supposed to be. Now I've realized I have needs, which doesn't make me needy. It just makes me human. Self care comes first these days. Nourishment comes first. Of course, Lisa doesn't need me to tell her that. She knows the value of nutrition already. Otherwise, she wouldn't be going after her nutrition coach certificate. In my case, I've learned to wash the dishes and eat slow food because it's good for me and it helps me feel good and helps me think clearly. I also prioritize rest these days, and I prioritize time with friends and exercise. I used to think that mindfulness meant focusing on the moment, being present in the moment where I was. And time management for me now boils down to prioritizing essentials and mindfulness. I know now that mindfulness includes thinking about what I'm thinking about, noticing and observing I'm having thoughts about this, I'm having a feeling about that. Wherever I am, I carry my past and my future with me. I noticed that what's worked well for me is not so much managing my time as building daily habits that support myself. I've tried hard to eliminate thinking in terms of should and have to and supposed to. Instead, I try to tell myself I could and asking myself why I want that. And then I try to follow through on what I really want. For example, things that bring me closer to being a learning um, designer. Back to my friend Lisa's innocent short question that spawned this whole doodly video. I'm going to guess that she wasn't asking for my tips and she wasn't even asking how I manage it all. I'm going to guess she was just feeling trepidation and she was wondering how she was going to do it all. One thing about Lisa is that she's incredibly accomplished. It's easy for me to imagine that she's typically been able to do whatever she set her mind to, and to do it all and to do it well, because she's always done so much. She's taught, she's managed, she's raised a child. Oops, all the teachers in my drawings had sticks in their hands, wrong school. So, of course, she's very capable, and of course, she can pass her certificate with flying colors if passing with flying colors is necessary and if it aligns with her priorities. I know she's going to get it done. Another thing I want you to know about Lisa is that she's been through a lot. She has had heartache and fun and joy and pain. She's funny and she's caring and she's empathetic. She's got a wicked sense of humor. She's got a huge heart. She's someone you can trust. The point is, you want her to be your nutrition coach. She's already got the skills. She just needs resources and recognition. So, in a nutshell, if you're anything like me or Lisa, just Trust that heart. Do less of what you don't like and more of what you love. That's how you find the time. The rest is details and an amazing journey.